Yo, what is up, guys? It's Fed for today. Today we're talking about Guilty Gear Drive. Arc System Works has been doing a pretty good job on feedback for Guilty Gear Drive. Let's talk about the survey that was conducted and explain the results that could actually affect the game and improve on the game in the future. But first, we gotta look at one major thing: everybody's experience with the game. So, the number of people who actually play Guilty Gear and aren't a new margin of people is 95%, meaning only 5% are new people. This is a very small margin of new players, but Guilty Gear is kind of a niche fighting game. It isn't like Arc's other series like Blaze Blue or Fighters, or even Under Night, though Under Night isn't as popular, but honestly the hardcore fans being the majority makes sense. It allows for greater improvements to the series, because they played most Arc's games and they played most of the Guilty Gear games, meaning they can give out that great feedback. They also took a survey on what the game is their favorite, and only 54% agreed it was their favorite game. So their bias isn't really there, meaning that, not 90% of people said this is my favorite game of all time, meaning that they're going to defend it to high hell. No, there's only about 54%, meaning that either some are people that, put Guilty Gear as one of their favorites, or it is one of their favorites. Which I can agree. So they were getting a lot more of an honest experience. But let's move on to another section that is actually really important, and that could lead to possible and almost new characters to be revealed. Okay, moving on to the next section. This relates to characters that could possibly be revealed, and we're kind of going to skip character ranking for most views because, well, it won't actually affect future characters in the game. But when people voted for their most requested character, it can actually affect the roster. So let's start with the US. The US top are kind of interesting in my opinion. I feel like they're not in the norm, but they're Biken, Johnny, Dizzy, and Slayer, and I know. The first, to be fair, most of these characters are in XR Revelator and XR Revelator 2. You all know Biken with DLC, so they have very much, I'd say, a 90% shot they're going to be in the game. There's no reason why they're not going to. First of all, Johnny and Dizzy, those are mainstays. Biken is a mainstay. Slayer, you can kind of go in and out with, but you need him in there. And I know I'm surprised people like her that much. I'm surprised. They have a good chance of returning. Biken, again, I actually predict will be revealed in the next Guilty Gear Drive trailer. And the reason I predict that is because she's so high on the list in America, and she's kind of high in Japan, but I'll get to that. Now, Japan also has me the most curious. Like, out of all of their top characters, the number one character is Bridget, and we haven't seen him in a while, but I'll get into that. Bridget, Johnny, Ram Lethal, my bad. Man, what the fuck's wrong with me? Dizzy, and Order Soul. Bridget hasn't been in any of the games since Double X Accent Core. Man, today's weird. And I can see him being revealed as well as Biken, because these two are actually the top characters. Thing is, Bridget is an interesting one because he's always been a character that people actually like. I like Bridget a lot. He's a cool character to me, and I'm pretty sure he's everybody's like second trap experience besides Haku. Also, Johnny, I feel he will get in the game pretty much. He's pretty much a staple, so I feel like he will get revealed at this point. Hell, I love the character, and I even love his design. He isn't my favorite character, but he is cool to me. My favorite character, by the way, is Testament, but, he was only in the European thing. Why? By the way, y'all don't care, but on the characters I expect the top 5 from Japan and the US will be added. It's weird, because Biken isn't even top 5 in Japan. She is 7, man. A whole ass 7, bro. Like, a whole ass 7. But hey, do y'all think Japan put Bridget as a whole ass, but the US put Bridget as a whole ass 10. Like, he barely made it. Hey, this comes from a guy who's online avatar in the trap. So I guess we can go to the next topic. I'm actually gonna skip the evaluation dues, because that means I gotta do the math. And I ain't good with math. But we are gonna look at the concerns on how Arc System Works addressed them. And so let's start with the gameplay. Major concern everyone had was the damage was way too high. I agree, even though computer opponents, one hit from large body characters took half of your health bar or took your enemy's health bar away. or even the big special took away too much damage. But the development directors Akira Katano and general director Daisuke Ishitari, yeah, I'm so sorry if I butchered those fucking names, answered why it's that way. They pretty much say they wanted to develop a game so you can do high damage without long combos, but they turned the beta to the extreme of this conclusion. So basically what they mean is that they took as much, imagine putting your game at the highest percent of a handicap for both opponents, and you take off at least half of your health every 2 hits. It's a really weird thing, but I think they were testing out how much damage would one attack do in all of these certain ways, and I generally love that they actually took the time to look. They actually analyzed the data. I even gotta say, I expected some backlash from this answer, but I kinda understand it. So we should probably move on to the next concern, which, again, this is another concern that makes sense with the changing of development. Next concern, there are fewer Gatling combos. This means how you can use normal moves to combo into other normal moves. No, sounds really bad. So basically making it a long-standing combo and what the Guilty Gear franchise is known for. Honestly, I always did use these, I'm not gonna act like I didn't, and they were really fun. They said they took these out so, to even with the giant damage and the normal attacks. Kinda see what they're going for because they're trying to make it a more fair game. Because we're just getting out these normal attacks very easy. You can tell that you're taking out extreme amounts of damage and making fights last for a very short time. Now there's nothing wrong with that because the Blaze Blue Cross battle did the same thing by making their battle system a bit more shorter in terms of fights. Like the fights are a lot faster than what you expect. But it makes sense why you don't take out one gigantic amount of damage. Despite everyone disagreeing, I kinda do agree why they had to do this. You gotta remember, Thrive is a whole new game. They increased damage in the UI, so it wouldn't really be fun if you can get these massive damage attacks off in these combos and end it in such a match that goes off in the blink of an eye. But we should probably move on to the next concern, because this one, I am actually mad at the fan base for having this concern. So we on the next concern. We almost done, chill. So the 3D camera messes with the pacing of a match. To be honest, and this is before I get into my script, I'm about to go off script for a minute. If you played Dragon Ball FighterZ or Blaze Blue or any of those games, this should not be a concern. These cameras be going off. If you play Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear, or any of the 3D Arc System Works games, you know that these cameras go beyond crazy with how the camera is angled and how they do things. So, if you played any of those, this shouldn't be an issue or concern because this is how Arc System Works games play. But I'm gonna read because Mr. Daisuke pretty much said it very clear. He said he's trying to make a more cinematic experience compared to other Arc System Works games, which I'm fully on board with. But even so, I can see how it messes with the pacing. But I'm like, but you play Fighters, you play Guilty Gear, you play XR and Revelator 1 and 2. Those have crazy cameras. But I understand where the fan base is coming from. Y'all not used to seeing it when y'all doing counter attacks and stage transitions. But again, more modern fighting games have been doing stage transitions for a while, so it's like I kind of see it. And even when, like, you can look at Injustice with the 3D stage transition, my bad, that it's really cool to look at, but sometimes it can be distracting. So I understand where they're coming from. So let's get into the last concern, and this one everybody's been mad about. Now, we're kind of going to skip to the online lobbies. That's the thing that mainly made it because this prohibited from me from enjoying the beta in the game. So the errors we were getting, because you would enter a game, but just say, you try to enter a game and it'd say, oh, error, or something's wrong with the online. This happened to multiple people on the beta. But Mr. Katano said pretty much they had run into a lot of issues when they were coming in and trying out new things. But they are coming up with a new matchmaking system to fix the problem. That is listening to your audience. Arc System Works is legit listening to their audience and how to improve on it. And I love that. They're giving us legit feedback. Because not a lot of developers listen, but I feel like I should probably read it in his words because Me, I can only give you so much. Victor Daisuke didn't really give us a lot of stuff when it came to how he was talking about. Like, he was just talking about the 3D pixel art. So he pretty much said, however, let me read this out. Our plan during development, as with the rest of the game, is to create something entirely new for the online mode. This is what Mr. Ichiwatari said. But Mr. Katano pretty much said it clear. However, we ran into many bugs and other problems during the closed beta test. In addition to fixing those bugs, we'll be taking a new look at the matching system as a whole. We are working to be able to provide everyone with a pleasant online experience by fixing these issues and creating another opportunity for you to try out the game. We apologize sincerely for all the problems with the beta test. That's listening to your audience. Because a lot of betas don't do that. Like, they say they're listening to us, but they're really not. But Arc System Works is sitting here paying attentively, and I wish a lot of developers would actually follow suit. But I think that's actually the last of the complaints when it comes to the game. Most are like had to do with the lobby design and overall thing that's going on with it. Which again, I'm okay with the weird pixel art shit. Like, that's cool, that's your own little aesthetic. But if I could pick something different, hell yeah, I would take it. I would take Dragon Ball FighterZ lobby, which is a fucking hot mess, over this. But yeah, let's just end out this video. Overall, Arc System Works is actually doing great listening to actual feedback and giving back their own feedback, which a lot of developers can learn from Capcom. But I disagree, I digress overall. I'm still hyped for Guilty Gear, still hyped for whatever characters, please be Biking or Bridget, get revealed, and yeah, my boy Tetsuo, please get revealed, get him in Thrive. Please, he wasn't in X-Arc. But like my video for more fighting game content. I do a lot. Don't get subscribed. You know, I enjoy that too. And do that for more content in general. Comment down below on what your experience with the Guilty Gear beta was, or even if you didn't play it, what your experience with Guilty Gear is. I'm really down to hear it. And I'll see you guys next time. Keep rolling with your bro. Let your heart be your guiding key. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.